Hey guys, what's up? It's DSover17 here, and today I'm back with another pretty cool video. I got a PlayStation 4 review after 1 year. Hey guys, what's up? It's DSover17 here, and today I'm back with another pretty cool video. I got a PlayStation 4 review after 1 year. It's been a little over a year since the PlayStation 4 launched. I really just felt like it was time to kind of give a rundown of, again, what I think about the console and how it's been doing so far. So it's currently offered for about $400 with various bundles. Well, the Xbox One starts at, I think it's like $350 right now, again with bundles and all that. But I picked this console, number one, because it's the more powerful console. I would have spent the extra $100 on the Xbox One if it was probably more powerful, but it wasn't. And I picked it because I was a longtime PS3 user and it's had so much time in that PlayStation environment that I felt, why not? It's almost like a no-brain answer here. This console pretty much because, number one, you walk to the store, you see the Xbox One and the PS4. Mind you, this is a year ago, and you see PS4, $400, Xbox One, $500. I immediately kind of just graduated toward the $400 one, and an added bonus, I mean, it's more powerful, like way more powerful than the Xbox One. So without that, I've actually don't even own an Xbox One and really don't plan to buy one unless they go on like a really crazy deal or something, but I can't see that really happening. Box, obviously, you get your PlayStation 4 system. You actually get a DualShock 4, and it's pretty cool here because it charges with a micro USB cable, as I have right here. And this is actually the one that came in the box. And then what's new about this generation, they give you these headphones. I mean, these are obviously, it's actually just one headphone, and it has a microphone attached. So basically, it's just to kind of get you by until you get a regular pair. I don't really find any flaws with them, except that the quality is obviously not the best here. And yeah, for what you get inside, it's a pretty good deal. With the PlayStation 4, I picked up these games along the year: Madden NFL 25, Watch Dogs, NBA 2K14, Killzone Shadowfall, Call of Duty Ghosts, and Assassin's Creed. Along with, there's a lot of PlayStation Plus free games that you just kind of get on PlayStation. For an example, this month they just brought out Injustice Gods Among Us, which I actually got. It's a really good game. And there's also just little indie games that are just kind of popping out of nowhere. You're coming from a last-gen system, obviously the library of games isn't going to come anywhere close to the number of games that they had for last year. But there are a substantial amount of games. I mean, sports games, you're always going to have those, which I buy a lot. I'm gonna get a couple soon. There's also a lot of shooters, but there are actually not that many good shooters right now. I mean, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare just kind of came out, but I don't really think I'm gonna get that. It's kind of just the same stuff every year, in my opinion. But whatever. Yeah, I mean, with last gen, you're always just kind of like, oh, yeah, this game's available, and I mean, they're cheap games too. I mean, like $5 to get you a game from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But nowadays, it's just kind of like every game is $60. I mean, unless you're willing to get all that money for all these games, I really just don't think it's worth it right now. So the controller, this is arguably probably the best PlayStation controller I've ever felt, if not the best. What's new with this one, they have concaved analog sticks here. I think the D-pad's a little clickier, it just feels that way. Buttons, again, everything just feels a little clickier with the buttons. They have this cool trackpad here. It doesn't really use much right now. For 1 year down the line, no one's really using it. They have a light bar, which I find to be an absolute waste. I mean, it's a cool novelty thing to have, but it's weird. It's like dipped down on a slant, so when you're playing, you actually kind of like have to tilt like that to kind of see what color it is. I mean, if it means something in a game, it's kind of a waste because you can't just like turn it over and look at it every 3 seconds. They have better triggers here. These triggers I feel do kind of nothing. I mean they're good and good. I mean they definitely serve a purpose, just that they weren't really improved from last year. They have the new share button here, which I find really cool. Now you can do it. You can record your gameplay and put it to Twitch, Ustream, YouTube, any sort of. You can actually put it on a USB flash drive nowadays, and that wasn't possible last year. And overall, it just kind of feels a little better. The handles, where you would actually go to grab the controller, is actually a little bit longer. I'd say about I don't know, maybe I don't really know. But anyway, it is kind of textured on the back here. I don't know if you can really see it. It's kind of perforated little dots, and it feels really nice in the hand. Again, this is chargeable with a normal micro USB cable. I got about four hours on it. That's why I have two controllers, just to kind of alternate while one's charging, play with one. It also is really new here. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but they have a headphone jack there and another port, and basically it lets you plug in almost any set of headphones, wired headphones. So example here, these are the ones that just came in the box. You just plug them right into there. Any 3.5mm headphones will work perfectly in there. I put them in with a bunch of headphones. Just your standard iPhone headphones will work. It's really nice. And also, I do like the triggers and all that. It's just the analog sticks. I found them wearing down really fast. On these, you can't tell. This is a relatively new controller. And what I did as soon as I got this controller, I bought these little grips I just put on them. I find these to kind of improve the grip, improve the precision when you're aiming and stuff like that. I found it to be a whole lot better. Yeah, these are relatively inexpensive, and it's a cool way to kind of stylize and fix all the problems that you kind of just had. Let's actually take a look at the console. So starting from the right here, you can see with the PlayStation 4 branding, we have this nice kind of slim, kind of bezel-y kind of feel. We have two USB ports, really easy to kind of access, but a little hard to kind of find at first. We have your power button. Again, it's a little weird. It runs along this strip. The strip actually lights up. It runs along this strip here. And then on the bottom, I mean right below, like directly below it here, you can see we have the eject button, some Sony branding. Again, I really don't know if you can see this. Venting all along the sides here. Flip it around again, and Sony has to kind of make sure there's a lot of venting. As you see, there's a little more here. Because this is such a small, compact console, they really want to kind of prevent overheating issues, which kind of happened with the Xboxes and the Red Ring of Death and all that. We have, let's see here, right over here you can see we have the auxiliary port. Right here you can see we have the LAN port. Right here you have an HDMI. We have an Ethernet port and some more Sony branding. And all around there's venting. And on the bottom here, they have your power adapter. It has an internal power brick, so you really don't have to worry about hiding the big brick of power. Right here, there's actually a strip that kind of lights up when your PS4 is plugged in. It depends on the standby mode. It goes by sleep mode, all that. It changes depending on what state your PS4 is in. On the other side here, you can see again we just have some venting. And what I like about this is when your hard drive fills up, which right now, as of right now, it comes with a 500 gigabyte regular hard drive. What you can do, you just slide this little black glossy slate off. This would actually come off. Here we go. You just slide that off, and you can see here we have the hard drive. And what you do, you just take this screw off right here. Take this out, and your hard drive sits right inside of there. Another thing that's a little nuisance, but nothing really, is the material of the device. It's kind of like a soft kind of plastic, little kind of texture on it. And over here, it's very glossy. I kind of like the design and look, but except this is just a real fingerprint magnet. I don't really know what the heck they were thinking. It looks really nice until about a week when all the dust and the fingerprints get on it. I mean, I thought they learned this from the original PlayStation 3, but apparently not. It's alright though, I kind of like it. It doesn't really bother me too much when it's sitting behind a TV. I can't really show you, I don't really have any capture equipment, but it has very nice gameplay. The graphics, they're alright. I mean, they're improved from last year. You can definitely see it in some games, but I don't think it's really enough to kind of make you upgrade just because of the graphics. With PSN, you still can't change your username yet. You still are stuck with whatever you had. If PlayStation 3 or PlayStation Vita, PlayStation whatever you have. But a cool thing about the Vita is that you have remote play. You can go in one room and you have your PS4 on or in standby or whatever, and you can be playing the same game, streaming it from your PlayStation 4 to your Vita, which is pretty cool. It works for most games. And then there's a new service, a streaming game service they have. It's called PlayStation Now. You can actually stream old PlayStation games over the internet connection. Kind of depends on your internet connection, though, if you have a really high-speed one or not. But it works. I actually never really tried it, but I think it works. I've seen it been working before. It's just the games are just way overpriced compared to actually what you get. Maybe a couple hours would give you like $3. I mean, it's not bad, but like you're never permanently owning the game. It's just taking up some space on your hard drive. I think it's just kind of a mess. I think they really need to kind of solve that problem. PlayStation Plus now is mandatory. It's a $50 per year subscription. It's definitely a step up from the PlayStation 3's PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now and the PlayStation 3, their internet services could just kind of free. This is required to play multiplayer in any online activity or game, except kind of Netflix, Hulu Plus, YouTube streaming, all that. That stuff you just kind of use without any of that. But compared to the Xbox, I think it's a better deal. I think you get better games. I genuinely think PlayStation 4 has better exclusive. Again, that is just my opinion. Yeah. The question I get a lot of times is should I upgrade it if I have an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3? And I think, yes, definitely. Right now is probably your best time to upgrade. I think the last-gen consoles, the PS3 and the Xbox 360, have been pushed to their limits far beyond where they were kind of supposed to. I think it's almost unreal how under-spec'd these systems are, and they're still pushing out games that are pretty good quality. But I think that's only going to last for a little while more. In terms of how long this console generation is going to go on for a last gen, I think the last gen, it's going to survive about 1 to 3 more years. That's just my prediction. I think that people are just going to stop eventually producing the games that they do every year. I think people are going to start focusing a little more on a next gen or current gen. I don't even, the new Assassin's Creed game, I forget the new one. No, it's not even Unity or Rogue. It's I forget it, man. But it's already been leaked, and supposedly it's only next gen, and I don't really think there's gonna be a last gen or for PS3 or 360. That just kind of goes to show how many developers are not necessarily forgetting this console generation, just kind of letting it go and letting it just kind of gradually slip away, focusing more on the better systems, better spec systems, and yeah. The question I usually get is for first-time buyers of any console. Should you buy this? I'd say go for it. Right now, this goes for both you guys upgrading and non-upgrading. This is your first time, or maybe you had a PS3 or 360. This is arguably the best time to upgrade. It's still very young in its lifespan here. I think this generation is probably going to last about the same time as the other ones, despite what everyone else is saying about 5 to 6 year length. I think it's going to be a little more than that. Yeah, it's relatively young in its life cycle. The graphics are probably better than what current last gen is. I think it's a marginal difference right now. I think you kind of can see. I mean, a year ago you probably couldn't see it because of the games just weren't kind of taking advantage of it. But now I think you can kind of get the gist of what's actually going on, what's planned ahead for the future. I mean, you think about it. Watch Dogs, obviously it doesn't look as good as they were saying at the initial announcement, but it looks darn better than the PS3 360 counterparts. And I think that margin is just going to grow and grow and grow, and you're just going to kind of see it fade away, and it's just going to kind of look like a last gen game compared to current gen or next gen or whatever the heck you want to call it. I think with all the deals going on right now and the price you can kind of get these systems for, again, it's relatively young in its life cycle. I think it's a great time to buy, whether you're upgrading or this video, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let's try to get to 5 likes this video. My other videos have been pretty explosive with kind of popularity. It's kind of catching like wildfire, it seems. Thanks, guys. I really like the support out there. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Please leave some feedback, though. I really want to learn. I really want to kind of get better at this and kind of learn what you guys want me to kind of do here. So yeah.